Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be doing a review on Goosebumps Horrorland Part 2, so let's begin with this video. So this is of course the Jonathan Chiller arc, so basically the other 7 books of the Horrorland series, where instead of obviously the first arc focusing on Panic Park, this is the second arc focusing on Jonathan Chiller and his store in Horrorland, Chiller House. There's 7 books in this arc of Horrorland, which includes Billy Goes to House, Little Shop of Hamsters, Hedge You Lose, Weird Halloween, which is a 200-page special edition, The Wizard of Oz, Slappy New Year, and the finale to the arc, which is the horror at Chiller House. If you've not seen my review of part 1 of Horrorland, please do check that out. So yeah, but let's get started with part 2's review. So personally, I didn't mind part 2. I'll be honest, having read all 7 books now, over a couple of weeks, I personally think part 1's still better. Although I do quite like a few of the stories here and the concepts in part 2. So each book, of course, has a main protagonist and character. So for When the Ghost Dog House has this kid called Andy, and also in each story, apart from the horror at Chiller House, of course, each kid buys a souvenir or a little object at Chiller's store, and when they bring it home, causes all sorts of like havoc and mayhem and like chaos and stuff. Each story, apart from, as I said, the Horror Chiller House, all has 3 parts. Part 1 would be them at Horrorland. This usually lasts for 20 pages or something. They meet a horror there. The horror would usually be featured in the back, so this one is Murder the Clown. And then after having an encounter with a horror, or like a character, they'll just find themselves in Chiller House, and then they will want to buy an object. So this one is a houndstooth necklace. It's meant to belong to a giant ghost dog, the blue curlew hound, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, that's the first one. Little Shop of Hamsters is Sam, who really wants a pet. You can see Chef Belcher, I'm pretty sure his name is the character for this one, and he buys the Instaglow pet, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, book 3, sorry, not part 3, has Jessica as the main character, and she got her friend as well, Ryan. But obviously it's not horror is also the back, but it's just representations. The character at the start of this book was, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, Mondo the Magical, the Magician. Yeah, number 16, Weird Halloween. That's set, of course, the special edition one, which is much thicker. Has Madame Doom as the character at the front, and like, I keep forgetting what the characters bought. So sorry. Hedge You Lose, they bought a double-sided coin. It's a joke coin, so both of the coin sides are, I think, heads. And then they buy, what did they buy here? They buy a weird little like alien teddy in the Floyd or something in number 16. Book 17, The Wizard of Oz. Marco's the main character, and he buys a comic book on the Oz, and the characters, I think it's Winner Take All, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think it's. And then Slappy New Year, book 18, has a guy called, I'm pretty sure. The last 2 books, I don't know why, I forgot a lot. He's called Window. Like 1 and then dash do. But yeah, it's pretty funny. And of course, they buy Slappy in this book. And then the Horror Chiller House, you can see in the back, all the characters are all lined up together. And that is when they actually play Jonathan Chiller's game, and it's revealed why they're brought back to Horrorland. So yeah, there's actual villains in the books, I guess. So the Blue Curlew Hound, obviously in the first book, the big monstrous hamsters in the 14th book. Although it wasn't the Instaglow pets that caused this, it was actually some kind of water. I'm pretty sure the shopkeeper fed them. Definitely, this book was not the prince, but what was the 2? I'm forgetting this. There were 2. They're transported back to medieval times, Dark Ages, and the Duke of Earl and Wizard Henry. They're the 2 villains in this book. This one is an alien named Bim, although he's just really homesick. It's just aliens lost on Earth. Homesick. This one is The Wizard of Oz. I really like that cover. Look at that cover. And then, of course, the best villain of all, Slappy, in the 7. And then, but the overarching antagonist of this arc is definitely Jonathan Chiller. He's the one that caused all this trouble for the kids, sold them these kind of things and objects and dangerous stuff. So, yeah, you guess you could say he's the main antagonist. Technically he is, but obviously there's many villains in each of those separate standalone books. And then I'm going to talk about the actual books themselves, if they were good or not. So, I really did like the first one for When the Ghost Took Us. I keep saying for when. It's a really enjoyable one. A lot of good fun in this one, and I really enjoyed this one. The 14th one, Little Shop of Hamsters, is actually kind of a disappointing one. I'll be honest, this one wasn't the best. There was a bit of fun moments in here, but it was just a bit generic. I mean, animals becoming monsters and like crazy. It's something that we've seen in Goosebumps before. It's nothing new, but I felt like personally the When the Ghost House one was that kind of more unique one. Heads You Lose. I did enjoy this one. It does get boring in some places when they're just strolling around the castle and stuff, but I like the ending. To this book, the ending was pretty good, I must say. I didn't like Weirdo Halloween, yeah, this one is pretty bad, I must admit. Like, the whole BIM alien thing, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. It's pretty boring. And then there's this bit at the end, like, I don't know, like this part 3 bit where usually all the other kids go back home. Sorry, get transported to Horrorland. Meg gets transported to Horrorland, and she's forced to play an extra game by Jonathan Chiller to prove who she is. It's not that good, it's kind of boring. I did like The Wizard of Oz though. This one was really enjoyable. I had such a fun time with this one. I love Goosebumps books where it's like focused on like a comic book villain and stuff like that. This is one of them. It's a really good one. I like the Oz himself. And then probably the best one, I can't resist Slappy. Slappy's such an iconic Goosebumps villain, and I love Slappy as well. Yeah, Slappy New Year, definitely the best one. It's a great book. So I was Slappy up to his old antics, causing mayhem. There's some mean stuff in this, and yeah. And then the last one, the Horror Chiller, is the finale to this arc of Horrorland books. Definitely not as good as a finale than The Streets of Panic Park, the finale to the first arc of Horrorland. That was so much better, I'll be honest. This one is a bit of a disappointing finale. So the book starts off with a flashback in 1960 when Jonathan Chiller's a kid. Part 2 is basically just the entire story, I'm pretty sure. Or like part 2 reveals why they're brought back, and then part 3 is the entire game. The game is basically them to go around Horrorland finding little horrors that will take them home, but it turns out that like there's nothing, and there's meant to be helpers. So those are the characters they met throughout all the books. But it turns out it was revealed at the end that the helpers are actually hunters, and the hunters have like crossbow and stuff, and they will shoot at them. And it turns out the characters were all Jonathan Chiller all along. So he played all of them. He acted for all of them. So they're not actually real people. But it's revealed that he is Murder, he's Bundle, he's Madam Doom, he's Chef Belch, sorry, Mondo the Magical, and he's like Runner Cycle. He's basically every character that the protagonists have met in the first part of each book up to Slappy New Year. So I did kind of like that twist. And then they finally win the game by pretending to be his friends, and then Chiller screams at them to stop. He gives them horrors, they go back home, and then Chiller just has to clean this shop up. That's really it. It's a bit of a disappointing finale. I must admit, I did kind of expect more from this book. But definitely not the best finale, but it was okay, I must admit. And why is Slappy on this cover? Slappy's not even in this book. But anyway, that is my review of Goosebumps Horrorland Part 2. Please comment down below, and comment down below what your thoughts on this arc of Horrorland is, and please be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to Fitness Studios. We're almost at 100. I've been hovering at around 95, 96 subscribers for the past few weeks, and I really appreciate it. It would mean a lot if you did subscribe to my channel. Yeah, please give me to 100, and until next video,